This game is about being a criminal and can optionally include obscene language, discussions of sexuality, and romance. It can also deal with triggering subjects such as self harm and violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Gib hops into my backpack and I pull out my phone to check the Crimer app. Maybe I've had a contract request come in while I was waiting. We're gonna do one for each, since we're focusing on far sight. So let's head to the Overmistress. Art of the Steel. Win a high society art auction by wits and deception. Steal a fascist dictator's hat of executive power. The biggest hat. Candy from a baby. Lock and key. Obtain valuable secrets from a bank safety deposit box. Monumental proportions. Have a chill day running errands for your boss. Well, let's do something fun. I think I'm gonna do this one for Hate 4000, or maybe don't copy that floppy, because it can only be the third caper. Ponder. Oh, please don't be what I think you are. We'll get to it, but I have a theory on what this AI is. Let's go win a high society art auction. After accepting the job in Crimer, I sit around waiting for an address or something to hit my inbox. And what should pull up outside this collapsing abandoned building I call home but a goddamn limousine, followed by a simple "your ride is here" message in my Crimer inbox. Well, okay, riding in style, or being driven off to be executed, but you gotta have a little faith to get anywhere, right? Ooh, I like that. One limo ride later. It takes almost an hour for the limo to reach what I can only assume is cult headquarters, an ancient mansion overlooking the sea. I'm led to a sitting parlor by those creepy, mumble-mouthed robed cultists, and left waiting, with them looming over me, for a good 15 minutes before the lady of the house arrives. Oomph. Yes, I can see that. You may go, Third Blood Omen. I would speak with Mr. Larceny alone. He is in my personal employ, and thus my business alone. I'll not hear any further debate on this subject. Now be gone. The cultist departing, the Overmistress heaves a sigh of relief. Ugh, such a bother. My apologies for my late arrival, Mr. Larceny. I was busy with paperwork for an upcoming charity event gala. You throw charity balls? The Doomsday Cult is in the charity game? Powerfully wealthy elites of this world always indulge heavily in philanthropy. It provides a smokescreen of credibility. Besides, the galas really are quite enjoyable. Fine music, fine wine, fine company, various side benefits. Although arranging them requires endless boring conversations with world leaders and corporate busybodies. Culminating in being late to this meeting. So, my apologies again. Don't you have 11 billion minions to do that sort of mundane work for you? I was figuring an Overmistress would spend her time entirely on pleasure and amusement, not policy and procedures. Oh, if only. Would that I could spend all my hours playing violin and reading literature. Alas, my duties as Overmistress demand I handle various protocols and rituals myself. And last time I tasked a minion to handle such matters, somehow our charity gala ended up becoming a blood choir. A what? I'm sorry, a what? What's a blood choir? Think of it like karaoke night, but with more knife play. To tell the truth, I was thankful for the inevitable heroic interruption which halted that particular event before things got truly messy. Even if the public relations cleanup efforts afterward took longer than it would have taken me to arrange the event myself. I doubt I'll have such issues with you. I'm looking forward to working with someone outside the cult for a change. Huh. She hoping we'll be super clean and precise? Cause, like, you and I both know that's not always possible. Yeah, we should warn her that sometimes shit hits the fan when we're on the job. Honesty is the best policy. Gotta set the right expectations going into this. Fair warning, if you want surgical precision, I mean, I'm always aim for that, but sometimes I miss. No matter how much you plan out a caper, there's usually some wrinkle you need to adapt to on the fly, and that gets messy. So, there is a tendency towards chaos and mayhem in your line of work. Not intentionally, but yeah, sometimes. Excellent. What? Mr. Larceny, I tire of the boring rites and rituals of my organization. I seek chaos. Provided it's the fun sort of chaos, what could be classified as shenanigans and antics, not the kind with a massive body count. Oh, nah, no body count. I'm a thief, not a killer. Then I remain unconcerned. I'd love to join you out in the field, experiencing all the thrill and danger myself. Alas, the cult would not stand for any threats to my safety, thus I must remain behind and only imagine the fun. Don't worry, Gibson's got a good comm system. You'll be linked in with me during the job. Oh, Gibson's the talking cat I mentioned in my Crimer profile. He's an ultra hacker. I think you'll like him. Splendid! And upon your successful return from these capers, we can celebrate. Wouldn't that be pleasant? You mean sexy celebrate and not stabby celebrate, right? Just to be clear, when you say celebrate, do you mean saxophone music and plenty of lube, or my heart on a stone altar? Oh, the former, not the latter. Music and the lubricant, I mean. We don't practice human sacrifice anymore. Anymore? As in... Well, the cult extends back centuries. Such things were more common in the unenlightened ages, unfortunately. These days, we're far more focused on other indulgences, less brutal ones, lust being a key element. And we absolutely practice safe sex with consenting partners. I'm extremely insistent upon that point. I know a Doom cult orgy can be a bit extra, so your participation is entirely up to you. Cool, just making sure. We'll see if I'm up for it when we get there. So I take it the many-faceted one is totally down with all this hanky-panky? Ugh, who's to say? Hasn't spoken to anyone in 1,000 years. But tradition dictates acts of human decadence in its name. The Sanguinomicon is filled with various rituals to embolden the tantric aspect of Deepest Shadow. Or as we call it here, Thursday. It's Monday, ma'am. Followed by the deep shampooing of the carpets, or as we call it here, Friday. Still Monday. Oh, that makes it sound kind of boring, actually. I do enjoy decadence, don't get me wrong. I was raised to be accustomed to opulent luxury. But truthfully, I'm looking forward to our work together more than yet another hedonistic social gala. Well, now that we know where we both stand, shall we discuss matters of crime? Ready to rock, my Overmistress. Then let the games begin. The Art of the Steel, mission briefing. Have you ever been to the Museum of Heroic Endeavors? I visited there a few times as a child, part of my homeschooled upbringing. cult leader learning about Cape history? Know the enemy and so forth. That's where you're going for this next caper. A priceless ceremonial mask, the face of the Wolf Mother, will be on display for a week. That gives us a limited window. Okay, is it small, large, heavy, light, cursed, haunted? Got any pictures of it? Afraid not. It's been buried in a government warehouse for years, since it was taken from Struskov during the Cold War. The mask belonged to a Soviet agent, a super-powered construct, really, and was lost during some random proxy war. Now it's being paraded around as part of an exhibition of trophies from that era of dirty off-books proxy wars. 3 cheers for the CIA, I guess. I want that mask, Mr. Larceny. I intend to return it to its rightful heirs. In exchange for political consideration, of course. Definitely a plan I'd expect from my Overmistress. Indeed. My goal may be noble, but I am still a villain. I've my own interests to balance alongside my ideals. Go to the museum and retrieve the mask before it is auctioned off to some over-moneyed fool who will hang it over their fireplace. Okay, I'm off to steal back a mask. Best of luck to you, Mr. Larceny. The next day, the Museum of Heroic Endeavors. Basically a propaganda tool for the Cape and Cowl set, sponsored by the Continuum Corporation to push a pro-hero agenda. Other kids took school field trips here to learn all about the noble, mighty, and righteous ones who came before. My mom took me on field trips to seedy gambling halls to learn how ignoble, weak, and unrighteous people could be. And yet she always had a good cheer about her. She wasn't very cynical, she just felt above it all, aloof. It helped me feel special. But no time for memory lane side trips. I've got an old mask to swipe. The Art of the Steel, case in the joint. It's nice to be able to case a joint without doing some really elaborate undercover work. I can just dress down and play tourist for the day. It's pretty damn crowded, though. Seems the Faces of Wartime Supervillains exhibit is only open for a week. Gotta love how anyone who dares to step against an empire is branded a supervillain. Kinda doubting her people saw her that way. I'd love to explore a bit, see if I can find some relics of heroes and villains I remember from the Golden Age. But better to stay focused. According to the pamphlet, the mask is the centerpiece of the exhibit, and... oh shit. I duck behind a display case of shields and helmets, out of sight, for what good that'll do against him. Muscle memory, the ultimate Chad. I hate you just looking at you. What is wrong with you? The exhibit's being guarded by a cape. And not just any cape, but the ultra-popular, ultra-powerful psychic alpha male himself, Muscle Memory. Fortunately, he doesn't spot me, giving me a moment to clear my thoughts, to study other parts of the exhibit, keep them firmly in my mind, while I listen in as he chats up a cute tourist. Yeah, they got me working like a rent-a-cop. But hey, duty's like lighter than a mountain and heavier than a feather or something like that. It's an honor, seriously. Totally an honor and stuff to protect these priceless artifacts leading up to the big auction. Hey, you doing anything tonight? Cause like, if you wanna climb Muscle Mountain, I can be your guide. I'm just saying. Well, fuck. That's a complication. My comms click in my ear as my Overmistress responds. Doesn't seem complicated to me. Given his complete mangling of the language, it'd be easy to outwit this hero. That's not just any hero. He's one of the top capes in the nation, thanks to his overwhelming psychic power. If I get anywhere near that mask, he'll read my intent to steal the thing and stop me cold. Which means I can't sneak up on the exhibit tonight and break the mask out of its case. He'll sense me coming from any angle. If he is that fine-tuned, surely he'd have spotted your ill intent by this point. I'm in the middle of 100 tourists, but at night when the building's empty? No, not gonna work. We need to rethink this. A silent smash and grab isn't happening. I need the mental cover of a crowd. Wait, you mentioned an auction. The masks being auctioned off? Yes, at week's end. Likely going to some bored and wealthy individual. And as a bored and wealthy individual, I'd know. That's it. That's the scheme. We are going to win that auction. Under the cover of a high society gathering, I can evade a muscle memory's mental radar. Mr. Larceny, I may be wealthy, but I am not giving up 7 figures of petty cash for this endeavor. If I wanted to bid on it, I could have bid on it instead of contracting you to steal it. Oh, I'm still gonna steal it by stealing someone else's money to use as my auction war chest. We drain the wallet of another bidder to use for our own nefarious purposes. By the time they realize something's wrong, we're already gone. Leaving them to fight and bicker over who gets to keep the money. I like it. Turmoil and chaos. How do we proceed? The auction's a week away, and honestly, it'll take that long to do the legwork on this one. Gibson and I need to do research on the bidders, to find targets, score some early leverage, and arrange the win. I'll take care of that on my end and be in touch with you when it's auction time. Deal? Agreed. I look forward to it. Keep me informed on your progress. Overmistress out. Right. Time to head home and hit the books. Several days later. Days and days of research. Yep, this is absolutely the unglamorous part of the job. Doing homework. Other kids had to memorize multiplication tables or dates of famous battles in Europe. Me? Mom taught me how to investigate marks. When sizing up any mark, you're looking for pain points, things you can leverage to make a person act against their best interests. And in this case, figuring out which bidders in the upcoming auction would make the best marks. Sadly, that means poring over social media feeds, company press releases, even ghost-written autobiographies. Work, work, work. Gibson and I spent each day leading up to the auction dividing the work between us. He researched targets, while I worked on my cover story. Having muscle memory on site means I need to be so completely convincing in my fake identity that even I believe I'm someone else. I need something that mixes truth with lies, that covers the gaps in a way a psychic hero might be willing to overlook. Wow, there are some serious power players declared for this auction, and a few wild cards. I'm almost done compiling my dossier. How's your cover story coming along? Well, I've got options. Want to run down my candidates? Give me some input? I've got 3 ideas in mind. A lottery winner, a mysterious artist, or a self-help guru. Kind of complicated for a cover identity. Exactly. They're super weird, meaning any inconsistencies are explainable by refuge in audacity. For the lottery winner, I stumbled into money recently and want to buy the mask to improve my prestige with old money types. Any stray thoughts or inconsistencies can be explained away by imposter syndrome. It's like blasting his mind reading with anxiety. Because honestly, trying to dupe a high-level cape like this is nerve-wracking. So, hey, not a lie. I see. But the artist persona? That's wholly unlike you. Hey, I have the soul of an artist. My chalkboard drawings are kick-ass. Remove the word kick from that sentence and you're basically right. Artists can be snooty weirdos, and Muscle Memory's a pretty straightforward kind of guy who doesn't really get art. He may believe it. I'll spam his brain with random nonsense if he scans me. The high-minded pseudo-intellectualism befitting an auction attendee. And a self-help guru? Seriously? Hey, I can be all supportive and shit. I've got all kinds of venerable wisdom up in this brain of mine. I just spout some ultra positivity and radiate good vibes, and it'll mask my ill intent if a psychic reads my mind. All three are dodgy, but you've got better instincts when it comes to grifting. I don't really play act at being other people. I thought you were a level 60 warlock main. That's a role-playing game. You roleplay all the time. Hey, I am a gamer, not an actor. I'd say go with whatever you feel the most confidence in, and I'll doctor up your backstory with matching digital evidence. Sheesh, Gib, way to be non-committal. How about you? Which of these three do you think we should run with? Lottery winner, stumble and fumble your way through high society, covers up any mistakes. Avant-garde artist, nobody really understands modern art, so you can just say any old crap you want. Self-help guru, just rants a lot about energies and self-care and healing vibes and stuff. Nah, stumble. Fake it till you make it. My thinking exactly. It provides an explanation for why I don't fit in with the big money crowd. I'm going with lottery winner. Can you fake some social media posts about Grylock's dough hitting the big time? Sure thing. I've also got access to a few small-time news sites where I can push the narrative. I'm honestly more concerned about the bidders than your cover story. How about we review them next? Ooh, can I pull out the chalkboard and illustrate some glorious portraiture of these high society types? I'm not hanging your terrible artwork on the fridge. We'll just use my computer. Aww. I've culled the field of non-serious bidders, or ones that can't measure up to the heavy hitters. We're left with 3. Sir Basler, a computing mogul and cryptocurrency maven. He's got cash to burn and loves speculative investments. Sir Basler? He's a knight? Honorary title, courtesy of the great leader of Struzkov in exchange for fixing his Wi-Fi. Figures. He's already talking the mask up online to his loyal followers, so he can increase its value and resell it later. Odds are he already has potential buyers lined up. Fighting him for the mask may be a challenge. I bet I can manipulate him easily enough. Self-centered egoists are surprisingly vulnerable to the right grifts. Be careful. By all accounts, he's pretty chill, but that kind of apathy can be worn like armor. Next, we have... Is that a 10-year-old kid? Next, we have Bonnie Fortuna, heiress of Fortuna Nutrichemical. And yes, she's 10, and by all accounts a real brat. Thanks to a very liberal reading of the Citizens United legal decision, which lets corporations be considered people, they're her parents. I'm sorry, she was adopted by a corporation? Only way they could keep full control of the company after her mom and dad died in a plane crash, yes. I'd be careful around her. She's prone to outbursts when she doesn't get what she wants. I have no idea why she wants that mask, but she recently posted, and I quote, "I want it, I want it, I want it, give me the mask." Okay, I'll have to figure out what's going directly, I suspect. And whatever you do, don't call her baby. Baby Fortuna's her nickname in the press, and she hates it. Lastly, we have, well, he's a weird one. He's a hero who goes by Clout, and he's mostly known for his online cape book streaming. I don't know why, but he's been seriously talking up buying the mask for himself online. And again, no idea why he wants it. Maybe he wants to resell it like Basler does? It's not clear, he's a wild card. How influential is this influencer? Does he have the money to hang with the likes of Basler and Baby? He's one of the more popular Cape Book superstars and owns a high-end sports car, so he's got some kind of pull. I take him seriously to be on the safe side. And don't forget, he's a cape. That's 2 capes you need to deal with tonight. 1 cover story, 3 major contenders to deal with. And 1 psychic hero who can bust you at any moment if he suspects you're up to something. It's dangerous. It's incredibly dangerous. I like it. Okay, I've got a plan. Let's go report our findings and get this caper underway. One limo ride later, and that's what we've dug up on the competition. I think we have every piece we need to proceed forward. Instead of a smash and grab, I'm gonna put my acting skills to the test, and we're going to do the mother of all grifts, live and on the fly. The art of the steal, planning the job. The way I see it, this is a simple 4-step process. First, I assume the persona of my cover story, purposefully thinking like a lottery winner to fool muscle memory. Second, I swindle the money we need from one of 3 competitors, knocking them out of the bidding. Gibson will handle the financial hack once I size up the targets and pick a vulnerable one to steal from. The sensible thing would be to take the money now, so they are no longer a threat at the auction. The kind of money we're talking about goes missing, it gets noticed. Raises alarms, puts people on alert. We have a short window to use it before that happens. Steal the funds, use them quickly, get out fast. Third step, distract another competitor away from the auction through deception and social engineering. This should winnow the competition down quite a bit if I can send someone packing entirely. And finally, 4th step, win the auction, bidding against the last competitor. Or you could eliminate them beforehand by some means, resulting in 0 competition for the item. I'm certainly not suggesting cold-blooded murder, but wouldn't it be better to dissuade all of them from participating? Again, raises too many suspicions. There has to be some competitive bidding, or it's going to look weird. If I walk out of there with the mask and almost no serious counterbids, muscle memory may think something's up. The goal is to minimize risk without unrealistically canceling it out, and provide an entirely expected level of drama at the auction. A curious plan! Risky and bold. Very fitting of you, Mr. Larceny. Very well. Outwit and outlast the enemy in your efforts. I look forward to the results. I cannot keep a voice for the life of me. You can count on me. The very next evening. And back to the museum. This time as a high society art bidder instead of a casual tourist. The art of the steal. The heist. It's largely empty tonight, with only the atrium open to the gathering crowd of wealthy elites ready to throw money at auctions. This is my time to shine, to really prove my chops when it comes to lying. To lie so effectively the lie becomes my truth. This formal wear isn't quite fitting my literally stumbled into money persona, but feeling uncomfortable is very much in character. I am Grylox, an unemployed 20-something who happened to hit the right numbers in the lottery. I am in over my head. The metal detector wand gets waved over me as I pass through security. Fortunately, the earpiece Gibson listens through doesn't show on scans. The but idle brainwaves will as muscle memory watches over the incoming bidders, stopping each one to chat briefly. He knows who's scheduled to be in attendance. Some of the cover story is already fixed in his brain, which should help. Okay, get in character. Get in character. This is the art of the steal, the craft of the con. Becoming someone so authentic that people will voluntarily walk into hell for you. Businessmen do it, politicians do it, hucksters do it, and cult leaders do it. And businessmen, politician, huckster, cult leaders write books about it. Like all acts of deception, I can't claim it's a moral good, even if I'm deceiving horrible people for a good cause. This is clear evil. But it's the only way forward for someone like me, embracing trickery in the face of muscle memory's overwhelming power. I need to be someone other than myself tonight, right down to the core, deep enough to convince a psychic. Hey, Mr. Doe, right? Big-time lotto winner. Wow, wish I had your luck. Wouldn't have to take shit jobs like this one. Unemployed, was on the verge of losing my home before my ticket cashed. I get where he's coming from. I'd be screwed without my luck. Truth inside a lie. I am not in great financial shape and living in a condemned building. Yeah, really changed my life. I mean, it's all luck in the end. I'm really lucky, but yeah, it helped. I don't belong here. They're going to see I'm a fraud. The only way to make them take me seriously is to win the auction. Hey, it's cool. Trust me, I've looked inside the brains of these rich douchebags. They're not nearly as confident and secure as you'd think. Really? I mean, they're all so wealthy, inheriting so much power or using their skills to get what they want. All I did was scratch off a ticket while buying nachos at the corner bodega. I don't think I belong here. Seriously? That clout guy is a faker. Basler's too wrapped up in himself to notice he's a joke. And Baby's just a kid. You're the most authentic person here. Just be yourself and it'll all be cool, bruh. Except that I'm probably the least authentic person in attendance tonight. What was that intel? Is that a thing I can look at? Or is that just something that helps me later? I think that's just something that helps me later. I know I've never really checked, so I wanted to see, but... Hey, you good? Sense some tension just now. Oh, switch topics, pretend to be a big fan, surprised to see him working this poorly paying security detail. Ask him for more info on the bidders to help you win. It's what's on your mind, so it's not a lie. You're worried the money you won is changing you too much and you're not sure you should be here. He was really into the fan earlier. But if it's on my mind, then whatever he reads is clear. But I don't think he's gonna give that up, so... surprise. I guess I'm just nervous meeting such a popular hero. You're one of the top influencers on Capebook, right? I've never met a hero like you in person before. It's a little intimidating, you know? Hey, it's cool. I put my tights on one leg at a time, same as any hero. You follow me on Capebook? How'd you like my recipe for sick-ass protein powder gain mix? Really steps up your workout. It's a trap. He never posted any recipes. He's testing me. No, he's convinced. I'm passing as a civvy. He has no reason to test me. He's treating me like a fan. Honestly, I need to get out to the gym more. Maybe I can, now that I'm basically retired from my shitty job. I've got enough free time to actually better myself, like you have. Thanks for the tip. No problem, bruh. No problem at all. Hey, good luck at the auction. Rooting for ya. Now that's what I call a successful cover story. Convincing a psychic hero to let you in the door? That takes talent. With his attention off me, I can relax the intense mental focus on maintaining my cover story. Fooling the non-psychic bidders should be easier. Should be easier. Keyword, should. Let's not get cocky and underestimate them. Next part of the heist, deciding whom to swindle, whom to distract, and whom to compete against. Gotta swindle the money from one, drive away another with distraction, and leave the third to be my competition at auction time. Clout's insecure, Basler's full of himself, and Baby's a child. Whom do I want to engage with first? I can decide on swindling, distracting, or competing after I size them up. I mean, let's start with the kid. Bonnie Fortuna, heiress of Fortuna Nutriment Chemical. Bonnie Baby Fortuna, heiress to Fortuna Nutrichemical. I'm not sure what to expect here. A child legally adopted by a corporation? That's weird. Let's see how this goes. She's awaiting the start of the auction by playing a microtransaction-powered gotcha game on her phone. Distracted and bored. Hey there, Bonnie Fortuna, right? Darn it, I'm out of gems. And my chief operations officer says I'm not allowed to buy anymore. He says $5,000 a month is too much for a game. But I'm stimulating the economy. I thought that made it a good thing. I think he's just a jerk who hates fun. Yeah, probably. Wow. I guess you should fire him then. Right? I can't. Those jerks on the board of directors, my parents, they won't let me fire anyone. It's so unfair. They never let me do anything fun. Parents are the worst, especially when they're the CEO, COO, CFO, and CIO. They're never gonna be as nice as my real mom and dad were. This sucks. Blech. I'm not gonna be sad. I'm gonna be cool and strong and amazing, and I'm gonna win that silly mask. You'll see. They'll all see. I try to push briefly past the emotional whiplash there, to stay on target. So, you're bidding on the face of the Wolf Mother as well? Yeah, the Wolfie mask. I'm bidding on that. I want it so I can use it for my new stage production. I'm making a super cool play where I'm a heroine and I beat all the bad guys and I can have as many dino nuggies as I want. And I'm gonna make the whole board of directors sit and watch every minute of it, and then they have to clap, or I'll start crying. Sorry, I can't deal with her with a straight face. Hi, fellow patron of the arts. Splendid. I like art. I make my researchers put my art up on the fridges where they keep all the biological weapons and stuff. Oh. One day, my art's gonna be in this museum, and everyone will be fighting each other trying to buy it, and I'm gonna be real popular. Art exists to be a fungible unit of cultural value for purposes of reselling and developing one's investment. And mine'll sell big time. I look forward to bidding on your artwork in the future, Miss Fortuna. Okay, what approach do we want to take with Baby Fortuna? Swindle, she's got money to spare. The coffers of Fortuna Nutrichemical are deep. Distract, shouldn't be hard to trick her into dropping out of the auction. Compete, she may be rich, but outwitting her during the auction itself won't be difficult. What do we want to... I was hoping to talk to all of them before getting this choice, but... no wrong answers, just complications. So based on her story... I mean, she's dropping a lot of money into a phone game. So they've got money to burn. Let's get her cash. Gosh, that mask looks really expensive. Are you sure you can afford it? Didn't you just say you can spend money on your phone game? A mask costs a lot more than a loot box. It's okay, I've got it covered using cold, hard cash. She nudges a bag resting on the floor with her foot. I can tell from the way it shifts that it's full of bundled wads of money. Look, I'm a thief. I just instinctively notice that sort of thing. From the look of the bag, it's the same gift bag they gave all the bidders, with museum swag and scented soaps and other crap. I saved all my allowance for this. The board of directors wouldn't give me the money, so I waited and waited, and now I'm gonna buy a cool mask. Ah, shit. I shouldn't feel bad about taking this money. She earned it through her company selling junk food, stolen water, and napalm. That's a pretty wide range there. Kinda problematic. Her allowance is routinely in 6 figures, sometimes 7. This is not a poor, starving orphan scrounging pennies for a crust of bread. Odds are she's regularly blows this much money on impulsive, useless things. She's a bad kid. I shouldn't feel bad about this. If it's a museum swag bag, you can pretty easily swap it for another one and she won't notice. Shouldn't be difficult to convince her to give you the money instead. That's grifting, yeah? This doesn't feel right, even if she is a millionaire. Can't Gibson just fake up some money instead? No, no fake ups. I mean, should be able to pull a switcheroo. Yeah, the old switcheroo is simple enough, and it's not like I needed any of this rich people promotional junk the museum gave me. Although I was looking forward to using that lavender-scented hair conditioner it came with. Wow, that's a lot of money you have there. I was wondering, do you think... Oh wow, what's that incredibly distracting thing over there with all the colors and shiny bits? Huh? What? What thing? What shiny bits? What's over there? I want to see. Is it for sale? I want it. And yoink. And swap. And done. I didn't see anything. What was over there? Bring it back. Must have been my imagination. Sorry. Gotta go. Time to make myself very, very scarce before she realizes what happened. Moving on. Whom to approach next? Okay. Who am I thinking to distract, and who am I thinking... I want Resaler out of here. Sir Basler, disruptive tech market innovator. I know the type. Flashy and splashy, powered by the ego, but with a hard-nosed work ethic. They see themselves as heroes of the post-industrial age. As I approach, trying to decide my conversational inroad, he talks first, addressing me directly. So, you're bidding on the mask too, huh? That's hype. Yes, that's my intent. How did you know? I do my own research, always. I know all the bidders I'm going to be fighting against, inside and out. Take it from me, you're better off investing your lottery winnings in crypto. By the dip, you'll be rolling in Lambos. The mask is mine. There's markets that'll pay twice its value if you know where to look. Invest, flip, cash out. That's the way. Art's just a token of value in the end. It's meaningless and useless outside of the price tag. At least it's also non-fungible. Pretty hype. Hype indeed. So that's all this auction represents to you, huh? An object you can resell? I'd think there'd be easier items to acquire for that. Well, yeah. Like if you can get your hands on nuclear weapons and know whom you can resell them to and how, that's good money. But high-end art pieces are the best middle ground between risky and boring. They have good return without a lot of hassle. This mask was owned by some commie who killed a bunch of Americans, right? I know a Midwest militia troop that craves commie trophies. Something something America, yada yada, white replacement theory, etc, etc. Communism sucks and we must take their stuff. Usual nonsense. Dude, you'd sell to fascists? That's crossing some lines, don't you think? I mean, even costumed masks want nothing to do with those sick fucks. Most costume masks? A reminder that even if I sing praises of mask culture, we have our share of complete bastards. And any mask that whistles and looks the other way when a fellow mask works with supremacists is a supremacist to themselves, I say. Meh, whatever. I don't care about their politics. Let them have their sad old hillbilly fixations. I just want their bank balance. You're naive if you think this auction is about right and wrong, or even about history. It's about value. If you can't optimize the value of your assets, you aren't living the American dream. Anyone can do it if they're smart enough. And if some left-wing socialist group was willing to pay more, I'd sell to them instead. I'd sell to anyone who's buying. It's perfectly legal to do what I want with my property. And anything that's legal is also a moral good. It's simple enough, yeah? Okay, no way in hell am I letting this fuckface win the mask. Not when he's going to do the polar opposite of my boss's plans for it. Okay, what approach do we want to take with Basler? Distract. He's too powerful a bidder. We need him out of the running entirely. Out. Okay, we need to get him to drop out of the running. Tricky to do when he's clearly committed to it. How do we redirect him? Crash all his cryptocurrency, or rather, fake a crash with planted news articles. Claim the mask is a fake, and the militias he's planning to sell it to will not be happy about that. Threaten him into dropping out, pull some mask muscle, and claim you'll destroy him if he proceeds. Dude, it'd be a shame if all of your fake money went away, right? Can't say I know anything about cryptocurrency, but it's like stocks, right? And the stock market crash makes people panic. Okay. Say, you're heavily invested in crypto, right? You've bought all the coins and stuff? I mint coins, yes. What about it? Doesn't that mean you're risking a lot of money participating in this auction? What with the entire crypto market crashing? The so-called crash was a year ago. I'm holding and buying the dip. Your information's out of date. I meant tonight's crash. Don't you read the news? Maybe you're not reading the right sites. I get all my fiscal advice from Catfish. It's a feed for serious investors. That can't be right. He checks his phone, loading up one of Gibson's many fake news sites, one he uses to spread my cover stories. And being a good improv partner, Gibbs already loaded it with developing story, massive crypto crash headlines. What the fuck? I'm thinking you have bigger concerns tonight than some silly mask, don't you? I need to go. I need to figure out what's going on. Excuse me. And that about wraps it up for Sir Basler. He won't be a problem now. Only one left and one role left to assign. May as well chat with them to learn more, though. Clout, allegedly a major power player in Katebook streaming content. And yep, he's brought a streaming drone with him. Just what I needed, my face in front of thousands of viewers. OMG, LOL, ruined, fail cape, LOL, spam pasta, Kona. Oh yeah, we are live and direct from the Museum of Heroic Endeavors. Look at all these movers and shakers. Your boy Clout is moving up. Excuse me, got time for a quick interview. My viewers want to know more about the distinguished competition. No. Okay, fine. Okay, I guess? So, what makes you think you can step to Clout, the wealthiest influencer in the influencer sphere? I'm getting that mask tonight. You can't stop the marketplace of ideas. We're 1,000 strong in chat and ready to fight. That's not really an interview question. Oh shit! Doglord with the hype sub bomb. Thank you, Doglord, for the 25 gift subs. You know what we do for subs, chat. And he starts dancing. Yep. This is what I did not want in my life tonight. And Bloodmonger with the 17 biddies saying, I hate you, please die. That's so relatable. Thanks for the biddies, Bloodmonger. Aren't you a hero? Shouldn't you be out heroing or something? Instead of dancing in the middle of an art auction? Hey, even heroes gotta kick back and celebrate. I busted the Lord of Weasels yesterday during that downtown pet store raid. I'm a superhero. I thought those ferrets he freed from the store attacked him or something. Only because I dumped a bag of ferret treats on him? Oh yeah, that'll do it. I'm smart like that. Debatable. I know all the angles. I make all the moves. It was great content. I'm not getting why an internet funny man wants an ancient war mask. Doesn't seem to fit your whole thing. Oh, no, it's totally my thing. Totally! I'm gonna wear that mask every day, just you wait and see. It'll be maximum boggers. I've got all the money I need to make this happen, and I can honestly say you'll all look like sad little fools by the end of the night. So, what do you think? Can you step to this, huh? The heck is going on here? This guy sticks out like a... I can't even think of a strong enough metaphor. That's how much he sticks out in this crowd. But he's still a variable in my scheme. I need to decide how to handle him. I've already pulled my swindle and distraction cards, so that means Clout will be playing the role of the competitor tonight. Oh yeah, I'm thinking I can step to this. I hope you've got your upvoters on standby, because we're gonna make some content. Hell yeah, see you in the fighting pit. Nobody's gonna forget what goes down tonight. There is no way that Joker has the raw capital for this battle. He's bluffing. He'd better be bluffing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Looking for more entertainment? Check out my Twitch, link in the description below. Or you can find your way back to this corner of the void. Either way, I'll be waiting.